Comic Spirits, Corey here, and
Charlie McCarthy.
happy St. Patrick's Day, Comic Spirits. Hope you all are having a blast because today, my good friend Charlie has some good Irish jokes.
Huh, you're telling me.
So Charlie, do you know any good Irish jokes you want to tell to the audience?
Oh, if I must may.
Gee, you sound kind of Irish.
Well, you're the one who did all the impersonations, so I learned it from you.
Well, yeah, that is a possibility. So, name one good Irish joke.
Alright. There's this Irishman and this leprechaun that go into a bar. The Irishman asks the leprechaun if he wants a beer, and the leprechaun has a beer. So the Irishman and the leprechaun have a beer. And then one time, the leprechaun took a sip of the beer and he.
And so, what happened next?
Well, the Irishman started cussing up a storm and said, "Why did you do that?" And the leprechaun replied, "'Cause the beer tastes like green lemonade."
And so,
And so the Irishman was really upset. And he said, "If you do that again, I'm going to cut your willy off." And the Englishman looked at the Irishman and said, "Leprechauns don't have willies." And the Irishman replied, "Well, how are they going to pee?" And the Englishman said, "Beats the hell out of me."
well, that's a pretty darn funny joke.
Huh, you're telling me.
So, do you know any other jokes, Mr. McCarthy?
Well, this one time I went out to a job interview with an Irishman who happens to be, well, let me rewind. This one time I went on a job interview and my boss so happens to be an Irishman, and I was trying to tell him how bad I wanted the job, and it just so happens to be that my boss had anger issues due to alcoholism. And so I said, "Well, would it help if you play a little flute? Because usually Irishmen love to listen to flutes. It helps keep their spirits up." And so the Irishman looked at me and said, "Well, maybe you can get me my gold."
Probably a little funny, but not as funny as the first joke.
Well, it could get better.
Like how?
Well, hmm. I gave him a sip of my own green tea, and I put some laxatives in there, and I gave it to him and said, "Here, have me my green tea." And so he tried a sip of it, and he had to rush to the bathroom because he needs to get his bowels cleaned.
That's pretty funny, Charlie.
Huh, you're telling me.
Yeah. So, any other Irish jokes you want to give to the audience?
Well, I'm trying to think. Intermission. Alright, so.
Alright.
Oh, I got one.
Alright, what is it?
Alright. This one time I was fighting with a leprechaun and he just so happens to be a tough little bugger that I was having trouble fighting with him.
Okay, so what happened next?
Well, I thought of a little prank that might make him lose track of what he needs to do. I said, "Hey little fella, your fly's undone." And so I kicked him in the chin, I picked him up, and I threw him out the window.
Well, I don't know if that joke sounds good. Any others?
Well, maybe
Hmm. How about an Irish impersonation of Cillian Murphy from Batman Begins?
oh, you mean the guy that played Scarecrow?
Yep, that's the one.
Huh. Well, that's real easy. 'Cause I know one part where he takes his mask off and he says, "Look, it's the Batman."
My Aunt Trish, she loves that part.
You don't say.
Alright, so should we wrap this video up?
Yeah, I'm kinda tired. My back hurts.
Yeah, mine too. I've been real busy.
Huh. You and me both.
Alright, Charlie, so I'll put you on the couch, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please tell me what you think, and always remember, comic spirits, to keep your spirits up.